Hello guys, welcome. Welcome to another episode of Ripster Daily Trade Recaps and Teachings. All right guys, little late video today. I was tied up in some personal stuff. Anyways guys, solid day today. Very proud of today because today there's so many concepts, we executed very well. The morning breakout, the 10 a.m. rejections and reversal shorts, big winners in the morning, and then there's some short setups, right? And that was really good today. Which the setups work, and there were some curl setups that were end of the day curls. We can look at them. Some of those curl setups, we can look at that, and we'll look at the market as well overall as well. So before I start, just a quick introduction for anybody who's new to these recaps, these videos. All these trade recaps and teachings are from the trade ideas, whether it's the straight trade, swing trade, investment idea. All these ideas are either from our community, either those ideas are from me, or I'm trading them, or it's from hundreds of traders on our trading floor in the community who are trading those ideas. So we try to recap because we do not trade random. All our trades, day trades, swing trades, investments are repeatable system, repeatable trading strategies, repeatable setups that we repeat again and again and again. We do not trade random. We based upon fixed variables. When they trigger, we go long or short. We buy calls or we buy puts, or we buy long shares or short shares. So that's what we try to do. Most of this is I teach in my community. I have been teaching this stuff on Twitter, on my free website for many years, but there's most of these repeatable setups are covered in over 30-40 plus hour webinars that are in my community, where you can learn all these setups as well. There are a lot of free webinars as well on YouTube, so you can learn those setups. Anyways, every morning my team, we create a game plan for the day. We do all the work. We make sure and I go through each setup. I look at the chart and make a pre-market game plan. For example, this is the game plan for today. There was Lily, there was PayPal, there was INM20, which didn't trigger, there was PANW, and there was a bunch of other names which were good. So these recaps, we go through the news sources and we create I give a support and resistance levels to everybody. I highlight. There's a news plays, there's a market plays. News plays, we are based upon the news. Market plays are market dependent plays which work every day. So you can see that we try to cover all the news. For example, NVDA, Tesla, Boeing. So Boeing had a news today, was a big short in the community. We will talk about that as well. So 1 second here. We will talk about that. So today was basically some few wins in first hour, and that kind of worked out for us. We will talk about in addition to these, I also create something called day 2 day 3 strategy. If you do not know this strategy, I did a free webinar, but this webinar is in my community, how to play this day 2 day 3 setup. Today was a lot of day 2 day 3 setups. VKTX, ASTS, ASPN, ST Lauder. These were some of the really good day 2 day 3 setups, which I am going to recap and show you how they worked out. A lot of them, not all of them will trigger, some of them will trigger, and then based upon that you have to trade it. Our community is not an alert service. We work as a team, as a family, trying to find ideas. Somebody's trading something else, somebody's trading something else. I as the guide in the community, try to cover everything and tell everybody what we are trading, what's going on. And in addition to these, we also have what we call as our crypto levels, right? So we'll talk about those today as well, because today this coin was pretty good trade from the crypto levels, right? Because we have these trades on our watch list every day. We do not miss them. We make sure we trade them, so they're every day on our watch list. In addition to that, we also have something called our low floor watch list. Nothing really triggered on the watch list we had today. There were a lot of short setups. I personally don't short much penny stocks lately, but there was definitely some short setups. We'll do a short settle webinar soon to teach people about the short selling. There was one stock, ALZN, which gave like 50-60 cent in middle of the day, but nothing special, nothing else. That was only today. But anyways, this is our morning plan, this is our game plan. We are ready for the day, and I'm on the voice first few hours when the market opens, trying to guide everybody through what's the market doing, it's bullish or bearish, all through all of our concepts, which I'm going to show you. And I'm going to show you my time-stamped comments. I cannot show you what I talk on the voice, but I'll try to definitely show you what I talk about in my alerts feed. All right guys, so this being said, let's start with our first recap. All right, guys, the first recap, we're just going to recap the market, right? So what was market doing? As we discussed yesterday's video, right? If you watched my yesterday's video, SPY is getting extended, as today was just a consolidation day. That was it, right? It was SPY has been running, and it needs excuse to take a break. And today was that kind of excuse to take a break, which was started by NVDA. We'll talk about it. So anyways, this is where we are on SPY. A little red candle after days and days of green candle. That's fine. But the SPY actually started pretty bullish at the open. So let me show you how, right? So in the morning candle, let me show you. If you see here, let's look here, right? So let's see if what was our comments right at the morning. So we were using VIX as our guide in the mornings. In the morning, the VIX was breaking down under 15. You see this? We were breaking down under 15, and that was our guide. And to go long. When this 512 happened, that's when I told everybody, yes, you can long scalp. That's when the breakouts were happening. That's when AMD was breaking out. That's when Netflix was breaking out. When this happened, that's where you long. That's where you long, and you long into 10 a.m. Right? So I told people to hold a tad bit long into 10 a.m. And as soon as we go into 10 a.m., and this is a repeatable concept that nobody teaches you. I have been teaching this for years. You can go on my website, ripstereducation.com. Under the trade recaps, you can learn about the 10 a.m. concept. I cover this in detail in my SPY QQQ webinar as well. And this was money, right? So we always take first profits at 10 a.m. And if at 10 a.m., you can do a few things. If the trend holds, like yesterday, 10 a.m. trend held, you see that? You see the difference, right? Or you see the difference from a few days ago. I want to show you where the 10 a.m. trend held right here. Right, the 10 a.m. trend held here. You see that? That was from last Thursday. But today, the 10 a.m. pullback was drastic. We break 512s. That's the short, right? And I'll talk about the short later, but I just want to cover this 9:30 to 10 a.m. concept, and that was our long, right? So that's where we were making money. We were making a bunch of other names. We will talk about it. AMD was breaking out. We will discuss it later. But what I want you to see is that first 30-minute moves, right? First 30 minutes move. So that was our long scalps, right? Because that was a decent move, 481 to 483s on QQQs, and right here when the Ripster clouds turned bullish from 560s to 561 areas, right? 559.70s to 560.70 is like a dollar move on SPY. SPY doesn't have too much range lately, so $1 is more than enough for that range in this environment. So anyways, let's look at the next one. So the next one, we're looking at the 10 name rejections, right? So see, even I tweeted about that, right? If I can show you here, let me show you that I even tweeted about that. 10 a.m. time is coming. 10 a.m. Let's see if I can show you guys. Okay, you see here, 10 a.m. trend test now. What did I say? Right, 10 a.m. trend test now. So what does that mean? That something is going to happen at 10 a.m. I even tweeted about it. If you are all my old follower, you know how much I believe in this concept. That's why you take the profits. Even if you're green, you have to cut if the trend changes. When the 512 changes, you have to cut it, right? And that's when the semiconductors started to sell off. We will talk about semiconductors later. But anyways, when the 10 a.m. trend time comes, you can either start a short versus this 10 a.m. which is a C minus short, and you can scalp it towards the low of the day. And when the low of the day breaks, then you get more flush, right? So there we were shorting the SPY. I was long on, I will talk about the semiconductors in a minute, but there we were shorting the SPY, right? So that was our short. That was our short. I told everybody SPY QQQ is bearish, as you know, and you can see that my guidance here, everybody knows in the community, right? Pre-market lows will tell the rest of the story. If you are shorting as 512 breaks or 3450 breaks, you want to see your stops are over the clouds, and you want to see that we break the pre-market lows and we go lower to take some big profits. And that's what happened, right? We were waiting, and finally the bear flag gave up. All the shorts started to work, and semiconductors paid, and QQQ puts also moved nicely. So you made a decent amount of money right here when your SPY was going right here. If I just want to look at SPXS, which is inverse, right? And you can see that SPX went from 720. I mean, it's a 10-cent move, but maybe we can look at SPXL. right? So SPXL gave you a nice short from 154s all the way to 152s. So the point is you can make money on this move. Your 10 a.m. concept helps you. Anyway, so that was how we were long in the morning. And do not ignore the VIX. So VIX had played a big part, right? I don't want to repeat it. There's hundreds of videos. I teach this every day, more in my webinar, but you can see that how we manage our trades. If we were long, I told everybody, you cut it, you cut your longs. I don't care. We even took profits on our swings on SMCI and XOXL today. You have to cut it. You have to respect the system. I really don't care if it bounces. If it's bearish, breaking pre-market lows, clouds, I'm out of my morning trades. If you're day trading here, we don't really care. We can reposition ourselves, but there's no reason when 10 a.m. trend is not holding to just keep holding the positions, right? You change your bias, you short it, unless something is relatively stronger like PANW, the news plays which don't really care about the market, but they're very strong on their own. So they are different case, right? So you can hold them, but anything market dependent, semiconductors, the Mag 7, the financials which move with the market, the tech, the clouds, the SaaS, all those names which are part of the indices and which have no news and no relative strength, they will move the market. So you better manage them at 10 a.m. right? So that's the concept of 10 a.m. All right, I just talked about how the market turned bearish, right? So how you make money with opportunity like that when market turns bearish at 10 a.m. You short the semiconductors, you short this SMCIs, you short the NVDAs, and that's exactly what my community was doing. Why? Because market was breaking the clouds, SMCI was breaking the clouds. They're the first signal to short, and when it breaks the pre-market lows, the second signal to short. Look at the levels that I give every day here, right? You see the levels of the support on SMCI right here was 617, 612, NVIDIA's 128.80s, 127.60s. So both of those levels are giving up. You can do a starter short here, and when the pre-market lows breaks on QQQ, you can add into your shorts, right? So this is something that I'm trying to explain to you guys about the shorts, right? So it just doesn't look like much, but NVIDIA traded from 129 cloud breaks at 10 a.m. rejections to all the way to 126. That was a really good short. SMCI went from 620s. Even if you missed that, it went from 612s to 600s, right? There was money to be made here. SMCI actually never recovered. That's why we cut a lot of our swing position today as well, because if I put my 1 hour clouds on, we were breaking the 1 hour cloud. So that I didn't like. But anyways, so that's how the opportunities arise, and that's what the folks in the community was doing. We were not trying to long or buying this dip. Nobody was long here when this happened, right? And you have to understand, we had a big run and we were definitely in for a pullback, and you never know how low that pullback can go. So definitely it's always in back of your mind, understanding that the 10 a.m. pullback can come and we can drop much more, right? So that's how you see that everybody was, the short, like you can see Bruce was talking about, Mikshu was talking about it, and a lot of folks were shorting the market just because, see how many people in the community were short on SMCI on the 10 a.m. break, right? Raj was calling it out. Very nice job, Raj. If you're listening, I'm proud of you. Good direction there on SMCI, right? So our Raj was up 80% on his SMCI puts. Really nice comments there. So this is what it is about, guys. Repeatable system, and we do it day in, day out, right? We have losers, but our losers are small, our winners are big. Let's go to the next one. All right, guys, let's talk about now our big winners for the day, Lily. So let's talk about the Lily. So I'm going to go fast. I'm going to show you our pre-market planning on all these plays, and then I will show you what was my guidance. And the point here is, like, I give the pre-market planning, and my community is already working on based upon that, right? So if you see that Lily was on top of the news play, and we know Lily has a range, so it has to be a high focus. So Lily reduced the risk of developing type 2 diabetes by 94%. Wells Fargo upgrades it as a new top pick. First news, support pivot 935, 930, resistance pivot 944. Told everyone in the pre-market, bullish bias to long, breakout is over 944, right? Complete guidance in detail. No BS, detailed guidance. Here you go. As soon as the market opened, I see the Lily pushing over the clouds. Let's look here. You see that? You see the Lily holding the clouds. What was the support I gave? 935, 930s. Where did it bounce? 930s. It's not a magic. It's a support. You have to build these support levels, and and I see it pushing over 512. I tell everybody it's a long. Anywhere you long, this is your risk. 936, 938, 940s. I don't care. This is your risk. So you have to be ready right at open. It's an amateur move, and you need to understand how to trade amateur move. Anyways, I saw the 3450 bounce. I told my community it's a long. You can see there, and 944 is a breakout, and the target is 950. Once we break 950, the next target is 960. And I told everybody to lock more at 960, and then the next target was 965. Leave the runners, right? If you have 5 contracts, 10 contracts, sell half, leave half, and then put the stops on the 950 on the rest. So this trade went on from 950 to 967. We came back, we broke 512s. I told everybody we are breaking the 512s, get out. And from there, Lily came down to 940, right? We saved $10, and you could short it as well. This was a B minus 512 short setup right here. So make money long and you can short it. And then there was another long setup. Actually, I talked about this long setup in the community. A lot of traders in the community were taking this long setup on Lily, right? So this, my friends, is gap and go setup. And also see where we are. We are testing the all-time high resistance on Lily. All-time high resistance on Lily. This chart is so bullish. If we break out the all-time highs tomorrow, watch out, we will long it again. So big win, huge win in the community. Everybody really did good on Lily. Very proud of this one. Let's go to the next one. So let's look at PANW now. So PANW earnings play, good earnings. You see that. Always look at your daily chart. Importance of your daily charts. We are breaking out here, and then we have this, when they have this all-time highs. It's very close, guys, but this was the breakout. You see this? This was a weekly breakout, right? You see this candle. So this gives you the confidence that the move is going to be good. That's why you always look at your daily charts. Let's go back to our plan. Let's see what was our plan on the news plays. The plan was PNW. You can see the earning report. The profit target raised Morgan Stanley 390, JP Morgan 387, and Oppenheimer 410. There were a bunch of other upgrades. I did tweet them out. The support was 346. The breakout was 350, 60, 353. I told everybody only long over 350, 50. That's what I told everyone. And as soon as the market opened, I saw the strength. I already gave all the guidance, right? You see that, right? We only long over 350s. And you see this, and you know the daily chart is a breakout chart. You see it here, and you see this moving, right? And then you get in, right? So how much you're risking? You're risking what? If you enter here, let's say you're risking $4, but by end of the day, you made more than $20 risking $4. So that's the beautiful trade, guys. That is the beautiful trade. And look here at the guidance on PNW. Long versus 348, 364 next breakout, and 370. I told everybody to roll with the profits to 370, and then we were flagging at 367. Hold for the target. I make sure I guide my community to hold through the target. Another huge winner with the Lily today. Great day in the community. The Lily 365 went 100%. So if you bought the Lily 365 calls, you invested $1,000, you made $1,000. Good enough. You took 500 out of it. You invested that in 370. 370 went 50%. You made another $200 to $300. So investing $100,000, you made $1,500. That's a good risk reward for the day. If you invested $5,000, you made $6-7 grand. So that's how we try to build our long, our long stock. That's how we try to do it, right? That's the beauty, how we try to get out of make most out of our trades. Here's your timestamp guidance. Beautiful winner. And remember that everybody's executing because they know the setup. I try to guide everyone through the community on the voice and from my alert feed. Beautiful long PNW. All right, let's now look at PayPal. So PayPal was another beautiful winner in the morning. Let's see. You can see that I told everybody to long it right at the open, 9:32 a.m. Why was that? Let's go to our game plan today. So PayPal expands a strategic partnership with Eden. PayPal profit target raised to $80 at JP Morgan. When JP Morgan raises some profit targets, do not take it lightly. you know, it's really good. And you see my game plan: bullish bias versus 16.1950 for a pullback long. All the plan, all the levels given in the pre-market. Support was 69.90, resistance was 70.23. So these were the levels, and let's see what happened. As soon as the paper, I see this pullback. You see this, I gave the 69.50 level, right? It pulls back right to the levels I gave, hold those levels, holds it, pulls. When I see this candle, this bounce, then I know it's going to be good long. That's why I tell everybody 1650 is your risk level to hold it long. That's why we put our risk level here. And then finally PayPal started to go, and PayPal from that $70 entry went on to $72.50. Beautiful trade. 50-cent risk, you made $2 there, $2 or more. So that was a morning trade. 10 a.m. we always take profits. Beautiful winner, timestamp guidance, showed you the pre-market planning. Love the execution in the community today. You know, so you can see, like, I mean, the traders are all over it today, all over the PayPal. Lee was on top of it, Sanju was on top of it, SNS, MACD trades, Honit guiding everybody through the trades. Beautiful move on PayPal. Slaughter, beautiful call out on the PayPal. All right, guys, next few trades I'm going to talk about my day 2 day 3 strategy. I teach that often. I make my list every night with my team, and we provide this day 2 day 3 setup so you guys can execute it, right? I'm going to go fast through it. If you want to learn more about day 2 day 3 repeatable setups, just watch previous videos, or you can join the community and watch the webinars. So this was our so what was the plan? The first one we're going to look at day 2 was ASPN. So let's look at ASPN. So what was the plan on ASPN, right? So you see that ASPN was our day 2 day 3 list with the support of 3260, resistance of 3360, right? As soon as it tries to hold it, but when it gives up, you see that? That's where you short right here, and you fade it towards the MTF target. Beautiful $1 profit. And similar to that was ASTS. ASTS has been a crazy runner, right? Nothing wrong with a red day. We have been making money on the long side. Now, what were the levels? Levels were 37 and 40. As soon as the 37 level gives up, you can actually short it right here. Right here we can start the short. But even if you shorted 37, it dipped all the way to 32. That was a beautiful day 2 day 3 short. Right there was $4 to $5 profit on these shorts, guys. These are our day 2 day 3 setups in the community. You can see that. Beautiful guidance. RGV was on top of it. ASTS all day long. You can see RGV's guidance on ASTS short. You know, love that. I just love that. You know, great trades today by Hornet, RGV. A lot of other community trades. I'm going to show you some of the trades that a lot of other traders community did, and I will show you that. So guys, there are so many opportunities to make money. You just need to focus. You just need to focus on one setup, right? If you just focus on ASTS, you made money. You focus on ASPN, you made money, right? All right, so next now look at next day 2 setup. The next day 2 setup I just want to talk about is Estee Lauder. So we know the Estee Lauder has had an earnings yesterday, right? So today it had a profit target. Look here, Ripster day 2 day 3 setup, Estee Lauder profit target lowered to $100 by Morgan Stanley. When Morgan Stanley says something, right, then it matters. 92.50, 93, you know, those were levels. We already gave up the 92.50 level, but right at the open it breaks down under the 92. You faded it to 88. $4 short there, guys. Day 2 day 3 setup, repeatable setup. Love it. So next one we're going to talk about is VKTX. Again, VKTX was our day 2 day 3 setup. I was super busy with my other PNW LLY trades, but this was just amazing. Number 1 day 2 day 3, 62.40, 65.71. Just disclaimer, this is my long-term stock from $50 in long-term portfolio, but we do trade it short as well. When we get opportunity, we trade it long separately. Anyways, so today VKTX initially, when it was breaking under these clouds, it was a short, and then it gave this nice little this is the history of VKTX. So here's a short here, and then there's a long here, 512 curls. I will talk about the curls end of the day, and last I will show you some curl setups that came through end of the day. But yeah, this was VKTX, long and short, and all the levels were given. Don't want to spend too much time on it, but literally people made money both sides on VKTX today. Let's talk about few losers. NNE, which I've been watching for a long time for swings, because it was over MTF clouds today. That's why I told everyone that long NNE and put stops at 34.50, but when it pulled back, longed here on this bounce, but then it failed and you took a stop, take a loss of $1 per share, move on, right? So I really wanted to see it hold the clouds and hold this level. It did not hold the clouds, it did not hold the gap fill, so there's no reason to hold. Yes, it bounced from this 1 hour cloud, but it failed here, so that was a very wide risk. I would have lost $2 more if I held. So you have to respect when to cut. I do like NNE. 1 hour is bullish. I do still like it. If it pulls back tomorrow, 10 bases there. We'll look for the long as well. I do like this as a swing trade as well. Very hype stock, and it ran to 37 bucks. So really interested in NNE. Just want to see a good entry, and so we can long it. So another loser today was Sharp. So Sharp was same thing. The first candle was pull, and then the amateur, and after that didn't do anything. I told everybody was the 75 pullbacks, didn't hold. You add at 75. When you see this, you cut away, take 20-30 cent loser. Do not look back. Just leave it alone. I mean, Sharp has been trading crap lately. I mean, such a low volatility. But anyways, that was the second loser of the day. All right, let's look at some other setups. Let's look at Boeing. So Boeing was a short today. I will shout out all the community traders. Let's see the Boeing. Boeing was the ground fleets revealed damage to the structure. You can see that. There was a bad news, right? Then we have the levels. So here are the levels that I give every morning. Boeing levels. Let's look at the Boeing levels. The levels, Boeing, were 176.56, 175.86. So high conviction, broke the first level, broke the second level, broke the 1 hour clouds, broke the daily MTF clouds, all day, bearish. Special shout out to my team, my members, such a good traders, Michael, Shankar Mohan, they were very early and they called it out in the community. Appreciate Michael. So our communities, I'm just proud, I'm just blessed to have such a good community traders, and just try to bring best out of them. And Boeing was a great example. Everybody in the community made money of that. Everybody banked. Look at that, from 175.50s from the open, we faded to $75 short. Huge winner. Love it. Communities come together, teamwork. There was another one. Let's look at another one. So another one which was a big one today was Coin. You see that, right? Rejected the MTF clouds, then broke the 1 hour MTF clouds and faded all day. So these trade, so let's see. So these trades were, let's look at the Coin. I try to guide through all these trades, but like I said, you need to know what you want to trade, where you want to focus, right? We were focusing Lily, we made our money, we were profitable, but so much opportunities to stay on the right side of trade. You lose, that's fine, but stay on the right side of trade. You have to hold it all the way to make the profit. You cannot cut it. If you keep cutting your short or long trades, you will not grow your account. Please do not do that. Anyways, this was a call. There was a call by Morph. Jaswinder Singh called it out at 10 a.m. Brandon, and Morph. A lot of traders called out Coin as well. And all you need are the levels here. The levels on Coin: 208, 207.50. Once those levels were gone, there was no business staying in the Coin long. It was a short. It filled the gap. When there's a gap, it's a high probability. Then even filling the gap, it did not even hold the Ripster MTF 1 hour clouds, and it faded further. So let's look at next one. Next one we're going to talk about is from news plays. That's MDT, Metatronics, the biotech stock, bullish to neutral bias. The resistance was 85.50 for the longs, and as soon as the market opens, it reclaims the 1 hour clouds. Look at that. That's where you long it first. Then it reclaims the 1850 breakout resistance. Your stops should be under the clouds here. And my target I gave everybody was 88. We did push close. It was short by 30 cents, but when it breaks 512 and it's a fade, I told everybody do not hold it. It's broke 512s, and after breaking 512s, it even gave like another $2 short, right? So there are two trades here: long Ripster pre-market high breakout, MTF bounce, and a 512 repeatable setups as well. So those are the repeatable setups, guys, for MDT long to short winner. All right, I'm just going to talk about the call setups. This is a repeatable call setup. You can find it in my webinar where I show you it in detail in my PowerPoint, but you can see the curls, right? What was it? So let's look at, some of the curls. This was AVGO, and this was, let's look at Taiwan Semi, or maybe we can look at AMD. Let's look at Taiwan Semi, right? So what do you see, right? You see this curl. You see this curl setup. AVG was good because it's bouncing from MTF Cloud as well. But why did this curl work? Why? If you don't know my curl setups, please watch my other recaps. I'm not going to spend too much time, but this is a curl setup, 512 curls. When something is holding and curls over the 512 Ripster EMA Clouds, you long it, your stops are on the last candle lows. And yeah, it's a lengthy topic. But anyways, if you already know the 512 calls, I just want to recap why it was a high probability. Few reasons, right? When SPY was bouncing and VIX was breaking down, you see that VIX was breaking down, and VIX didn't break down all. There was one curl, but that failed. But this curl, it worked. And that's why you got all these 512 curls here. You got 512 curl here. Bunch of other 512 curls. When the curls work, you hold them. You let them work, right? Just keep moving your stops up, right? AMD gave you $2. AVGO gave you $3, right? Taiwan Semi gives, from 170, 120 gave a $1, right? So those are kind of curls you hold. Even SMCI went from 6 of 6s to 612s. So those are B minus. These are B minus, mind you. These are not like A plus setups because they are still under the overall bullish trend. They are bearish, but you can play these call setups, right? So we are bringing these and other setups on Trade Idea soon. I tweeted about them as well, but this is a repeatable setups. Master them, master them, master them. Nothing I do is random. You can change your life if you believe in the setups, give hard work. And if you want to trade with us, come trade in the community. Do not come for the alerts. Come for the guidance. Come for family of traders. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.